Hi everyone, this is Sherrill and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to show you how to make this really cute spring kitchen towel. You have the option of putting pom-pom fringe on the bottom. I'll also show you how to come up with your own machine applique pattern, and I'll go over some basic machine applique techniques. It's a really simple project, so let's get started. You can use any kitchen towel of your choice. I'm using the American Flour Sack Towel 2-pack, and they're just thin little dish towels that you can use. I bought these at Walmart, but there again, use any towel that you want. For the applique, you're going to need Pellon Light Easy Steam 2, and this is the lightweight two-sided, make sure it's two-sided, pressure-sensitive fusible web. And if you live near a Joann's, you can get it there. You can get it on Amazon, internet. Most of the fabric websites will also sell this. The trim at the bottom of the towel, which are the little pom-poms, this is just an option. You don't have to use this on your towel. But if you are interested, I got these at Walmart, very inexpensive. They are 1 1/4 inch wide. They're the really small pom-poms, and there's a yard on this. I'm not an artist, so I depend on other things to do my drawing for me. These are cookie cutters. All right, I got these at Joann's a year ago, and they were being sold during the Easter season. So a good place to find templates is where they sell bakeware, and look for these. They're out every year. You can probably even find some at Walmart. Another type of template you can use are these little wood shapes. You can get these in craft stores. I think I bought these at Joann's, but you can probably get them in Michael's or Hobby Lobby's. Just look in the section of the store where they sell all of the wood products. Also look at Easter fabrics, the seasonal fabrics that come out. You could always cut these out. This is fabric that I bought at Joann's a few years ago. I don't know if they still have this particular one. But you can cut these out and applique them on. Another one is look for fabrics that have got like Easter bunnies on them. Now these are kind of small, and for me would be hard to do it. So what I did was I put this fabric in my photocopier printer, enlarged it, and cut out this Easter bunny. And it's perfect, the perfect size to applique on a pot holder or even this little towel project. So if you wanted to draw your own Easter egg or use a template, look for fabric prints like this. This is a really good choice for using in an Easter egg. For this towel, I've chosen the little tulip cookie cutter as my template. I'm going to draw around this. This is a little leaf pattern. I'm going to put a leaf on each side of the tulip, and these are the two fabrics that I've chosen. The Fusible web sheet has 2 layers of paper. On the back, it's very plain. On the front are the blue grid lines on it. In between the 2 layers of paper is a very thin layer of glue. You're going to do your drawing or tracing on the side that has the blue grid lines. So just put your object on there, whatever template you're going to use, and go ahead and trace around it. Now my leaves are about maybe a little longer than 2 inches and slightly less than 1 inch wide. Now you can make your leaves any shape that you want. So you're going to trace around 1 of the flower and 2 of the leaves. When you cut them out of your sheet, you want to leave space around the drawn lines. You don't want to cut right on your drawn lines just yet. This is the front side of my fabric for the tulip. place the back side facing up. Then take your Tulip Fusible web, and in order to easily get the paper off the back, I just take a straight pin and score it. Just kind of tear that paper a little bit and then bend it until a little corner pops up, and then you just tear it off. Now this side's very tacky and glue is on there, so just go ahead and place it on the back side and finger press it on really good. Then with a small pair of scissors, it's going to be easier if you use small scissors, cut on these drawn lines. And you're going to do the same thing with your leaves. Put your fusible web on the back side of your fabric for your leaves. To find the center of the towel, just fold your towel in half, and at the fold line put a pin there so you know where the center is, and then open it up. And now you've got to have the front of your towel face up. So before you start putting everything on, it's a good idea just to lay it out, lay your design out. You push this down a little more, there we go, and see where you want it, right? So I think I'm going to put my leaves where they're real close together in the bottom, so it looks like the leaves are just cradling the tulip flower. And then I'm just going to kind of lay my fringe along here just to kind of get an overall look. Okay, so I kind of like where I have it and how I've laid it out. Then you're going to go to your ironing board to do this next step. Now make sure that your towel is face up, and you're going to take the grid line paper off now. So again, if you're having a hard time getting that paper off, just score it and bend your cardboard and tear the paper off like that. Now when you set it down, just lay it there. Don't finger press it just yet, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing to the other pieces. Okay, I've laid my pieces out, and I'm just going to adjust this a little bit so you can see it better on the camera. Now, don't finger press just yet, because if you don't like how it looks, it's easy to still lift it up and replace it however you want it. Once you have it the way you like it, then finger press it down really, really good. Really take your time. Get it all finger pressed down. Now you want to read the directions on your package that comes with your fusible web, because if it's a different brand, it might say something a little different. So make sure you read those. Then it says to place a cloth over it, and it says a damp cloth. Well, I always just keep a spray bottle at my ironing board and to easily get it damp. And then it says use a hot iron with steam and hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. I've just finished fusing it on, and what I like to do is I like to let it cool down, because if it's still hot and feels kind of damp, it might come off. So just let it cool down. Now you are ready to do your applique stitches. So you're going to need either tearaway stabilizer, which you can buy at a craft store or a fabric store. And some of your stores carry it to where you can just get a small amount in a little package. I believe Pellon sells it in a small package. You can also buy it on giant rolls. But if you're just getting started, buy the little package. What I use, because I don't like to spend that much money, is I use this thin paper. It only costs a few dollars for this big giant roll. You can get it at like Home Depot or Lowe's in the paint department, where they sell all of the paper that's used as to mask off areas that they don't want paint to spill on. This is a great secondary solution to not using the tearaway stabilizer. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is an open toe applique foot. And unfortunately, mine just broke. And it's made out of plastic. So I quickly got on Amazon and ordered another one, but I was lucky I was able to find one that fits my machine that is made out of metal. But what it is it's completely open in here. You can see really well what you're doing with an applique foot. So I'm sorry for this demonstration, I'm going to use another presser foot. This one I do like. It's a kind of a good solution. It's got little lines on here and a little area I can use as a guide for stitching. So when you're going to do your applique stitches, it's always a good idea to test it out on a piece of scrap fabric to see if you're going to like your stitch. I'm going to use a small satin stitch. So when you're going to do it, you want to place this under your presser foot and lower your needle exactly where you want to start. Manually lower the needle. And then get everything ready and then do your stitches. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine and hopefully you'll be able to see well enough to show you how to do it. I recommend that you use machine embroidery thread. It has a really nice look to it, and you can get it at Joann's, you can get it on the internet. I don't recommend using cotton fabric. I really don't like the way it looks. Also, you could, if you couldn't get the machine embroidery thread, use a polyester thread. Also, I recommend you use a sewing machine embroidery thread. Now, I've lowered my presser foot exactly where I want to start, and now you're just going to start moving around. I mean, going around really, really slow. Just taking your time. Now let me take this out of the machine so you can see what I've done. Okay, can you see that? Alright, so you would continue around all three pieces, and I'm going to use a little yellow on the leaves just for something a little different. When you're done stitching, just tear the paper right off. It should come off pretty easily. Okay, just pull it out. Your stabilizer should come off just as easily also. And after tearing the paper off, just turn it over. And now we're ready to put the fringe on. All right, if you're using fringe like this, you have two choices. You can stitch it right on the bottom there over the hem and maybe do a couple of lines of stitching, one here and then close to the pom-pom. Or if you wanted, you could put the fringe on the back and just make it look like the fringe is hanging from underneath. So either way you do it, I would recommend doing 2 lines of stitches. I decided to put the fringe on top instead of stitching it behind. I really like the way it looks. Now for other applique ideas and other kitchen towel project ideas, there are links at the end of this video that you can do. Some of the other applique projects you can do is a shamrock, a spring butterfly, an Easter bunny, and then I'll have a playlist you can click on to show you other decorative towel ideas. If you liked this video, click on thumbs up and click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red button down there in the lower right hand portion of your screen. Enter your email address and click on the little bell so that you receive future email notifications about my latest video. I'm Sherrill and I'm so glad you came to my sewing room. I'll see you next time and happy sewing!